is once you have a visual on it, once you found it once, you start to find it all the time. Hey y'all, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the cabin. Thanks for joining us today. I've got a great topic that I want to talk about today a little bit, including a BOLO that is almost impossible to miss. So, you know, BOLO, if you don't know, every once in a while people say, what's a BOLO? And if you're a reseller, you know what a BOLO is, but it's be on the lookout for, right? Be on the lookout for this item because it sells really well. I've got one of those today. But once you see it, once you have it, I often say this, once you have a visual on it, once you found it once, you start to find it all the time, which really means you missed it for years and years. And so it's why I still watch other YouTube channels. I watch garage sale videos. I check out Instagram to see BOLOs. I'm all over the place trying to learn, and I try to be dangerous in all kinds of categories. I have a BOLO today that is almost impossible to miss once you've seen it because it's so weird. And it sold for $100 plus shipping. We've got some other great sales too. Reagan even promised me some Commonwealth comedy at the end of the video. So we've got all kinds of great stuff. Let's take a look. First item up is something I would normally keep on the shelf over here because it's kind of a cool item to look at. And it has a bit of a cult following these days. But I didn't. I put it in here. And I think last time I saw it, it was under all this junk. Maybe. Yep, there it is. I think. Yep. Wreck-It Ralph. And a little, obviously, after my time there, as far as being a kid watching it for sure. But Wreck-It Ralph has a little bit of a following here. And this little figure right here sold for $10 plus shipping. And there's a little story behind it. And the story is, well, I tell you what, I had some viewers when I said that I was going to do a few sales on Whatnot, and I'm still planning on doing that. I don't know what I have it. You can check the link and go sign up if you want and go follow us. Hopefully I can get it off with my terrible internet. I have a backup plan though, so hopefully one of them is going to work. Back to the story. I bought this over from OBX Picker off of his Whatnot. I was buying a bunch of stuff and I bought all kinds of stuff. And I grabbed that one, I think for $2. I'm like, yeah, I think I can probably make a few dollars on it. And so it got put into my lot. So $2 plus $1 shipping because I'd already bought some other stuff. And I'm making a little bit of money. Not much, but I got to support a buddy of mine as well. All right, so I'm going to take just a second here before we get to this BOLO and just say my plan for Whatnot. I had viewers say, if you ever mention Whatnot again, I'm unsubscribing. So I guess I just lost a bunch of people. And I don't plan on it because my main source of selling is going to be eBay. But when I buy a giant lot of stuff, I bought comic books. I hate comic books. Well, I hate selling comic books. I bought a ton of them the other day at a yard sale. I bought a massive amount of CDs, although I think I'm going to sell those on eBay because I think some have pretty good value. And so to process some things quickly, every once in a while we're going to do a sale over there. Sold another adult beverage inflatable. Bush Light fish. In case you're wondering, no, it wasn't there. I need a plate for this. I have some, I just got to put it on. I dug it out earlier and put it there so it wouldn't take me so long. It is a bass, huge. Brand new, and it was taken out of the package and blown up, but brand new. And so somebody wanted that to hang somewhere, you know, I don't know where, but you know, people buy strange stuff for strange reasons. That came from the once in a lifetime sale. Obviously I've probably already popped a picture up here for you. If I haven't, I will. That one sold. We're into it for nothing. Almost, I mean, we're pure profit on that sale for sure. I mean, just selling that Willow VHS, that was in pure profit. But that one right there sold for $34 plus shipping. All right, these 8-tracks are not BOLOs, although you're going to see me sell some today. You're going to see me sell a bunch tomorrow. One went for way under what I thought I was going to go for an auction. Can't even get this one out for some reason. Toys in the Attic. So 8-tracks are not a BOLO unless you find quadraphonic ones or sealed ones, but you can still make good money, right? This is Toys in the Attic from Aerosmith. It's not in bad shape. You know, people ask me if I test them. I will test them if they're expensive. Like, if it's going to be, you know, a $40 8-track or something, I'm going to test it. I have an 8-track player that I test them with, but I'm dealing with hundreds of them, and we're selling them off quick. So you're going to see a bunch today in next episode, and then it should dwindle down. But Toys in the Attic sold for $8 plus shipping. It is not a BOLO, But I have something back there that is that I can't wait to show you. And this one went to a viewer. It went to Mike. He says, good afternoon. I'm a small-time reseller on eBay. Appraiseitnow. That's the name of the eBay store, y'all. And I watch all your YouTube videos. All of them? Really? You watch all of them? Even Commonwealth auctions? Man, I can't even get my wife to watch that stuff. He says, you and your family are a big help. Thank you for all that you do for the reselling community. So I say this all the time. It gets old, but it is the truth. You guys all do so much more for me than I will ever do for you. And I appreciate it. And I thank you for the kind words. I hope you enjoy that 8-track for sure. Speaking of watching everything, so that's 3 channels we have, but we also have that podcast right there that I'm, 1/3 owner of. So do you watch that too? I'll tell you what, if you're trash to casher out there, I apologize, because I'm going to say some things about y'all that it's probably not too nice, but it's true. It's like a cult over there. It's like a cult following on that channel. Those are like hardcore. I don't know how y'all watch that stuff. I mean, I film it and I watch it back and I'm like, why are people watching this show? It's a cult classic, I guess. I'm only half kidding, of course. Okay, here's the BOLO. And if you watch the Commonwealth Picker channel, you saw me pick these up. We have these listed for $200 plus shipping. They're Jeremy Scott's. These sold today. For $100 plus shipping, and they're missing something. So now that you've seen this, a shoe that looks like this, or a shoe that looks like this, are you ever not going to see it again, right? If you're out there at a garage sale and you see these, you're going to pick them up. All right, I'm going to explore that a little bit here in just a second, but this is a great sale. And actually, this probably could have gone for a little bit more, maybe $25 more. But we made an executive decision that we are going to sell every shoe that's in a decent shape with doing no cleaning at all, just to get through the pile to start anew. There's Jeremy Scott right there. And by the way, this one actually has a t-shirt. If you see it with a t-shirt, it'll go for a lot more money than this. But it still went for $100 plus shipping, y'all. $100 for that. We paid $30 for them, I think is what I paid. Or no, I didn't. I paid $30 for both of them. I'm going to see if I can find that video and then post it right here. It was a crazy video. If you remember that video, those were sitting off to the side. I didn't even see them. The Flower Power ones back there were sitting on the table. And I asked him how much he wanted for them, and he said $30 each. And so I'm looking at 2 shoes here. These weren't even in sight to me. They were like over here. And so I'm looking at these shoes here, and I'm thinking $30 each? Who charges $30 for one shoe? I didn't understand what he meant, and so there was confusion, and I'm like, what is this, $15 each shoe? At any rate, he meant both of them, and once I finally figured it out, I bought them both. So a total of $15 is going to eventually turn into $300 plus shipping. Really, really good one, and that was in the Highway 127 sale. Right there, it had been sitting there for days at this guy's table, and it was late in the afternoon. It was probably close to noon or 1 o'clock. And I'm like, man, it's still sitting here. So we grabbed them. Anybody want to share their BOLOs? Like I said, I watch YouTube stuff. I watch Matt, Part-Time Pickers, and Froggy Flips. Shad Juice gave me a BOLO lately that I picked up on. And I'll tell you what, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. I got a great buy thanks to Mike over there, Shad Juice. He's the man. And I watch all these guys, and they always give me some great BOLOs for sure. A lot better than I can give out, Don't buy Tupperware. Here are some Oakley frames with scratched up lenses. And so even if you find Oakleys that are in terrible shape as far as the lens goes, let me put this down for a second. So here we go. So these lenses aren't in great shape. You probably won't be able to see it on this, to be honest with you. But the frames are okay. And so sometimes you can just sell that. And I got $25 plus shipping for that. That one came from the Lost and Found sale over there on the Commonwealth Auctions channel. I got to tell you, there was one item when I started doing that, well, there's a couple, but there was one in particular that I didn't want to say on the show because I had been buying them and selling them for so long, making really good money. I was making sometimes $100 on the purple ab roller. And at the time I was making a ton of money on those, breaking them down and then shipping them off because people look at that massive thing and they never buy it. Well, you can take the screws out and you can, break it down and you can ship it. And I would find 10, 12 a year and sell them for anywhere between $75 and $125 for these things. I'm like, I don't really want to say this on the show. And I said it on the show and I found like 5 cents. So I don't know. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's not. The other one was the Super Shooter which used to sell for really good money. Now it only sells for really good money near the holidays, in the fall, late fall towards Christmas. So, you know, I can understand protecting your secrets to some degree, I suppose. But for most items that I talk about, they're out there in abundance. I still buy them. I still sell stuff all the time, and it doesn't seem to matter much. If you aren't afraid to share a BOLO, go down to the comments and give us one, or at least give us your best buy and sell in the last, let's say a week. All right, here's one I haven't sold in a while. This is a realistic bulk tape eraser. And I used to buy and sell these all the time. Haven't found any in quite a while. But this one right here, usually when you see these at a sale, you know, they got $1 on them, right? So if you recognize that, just go ahead and grab it for $1, because these things will sell pretty good, pretty quick. You might have to pay $2 for something like this every once in a while, but usually it's $1 and it's sold for $22 plus shipping. Y'all see who's here? Y'all see who's here? This is a first where no name is in here. This is the cat. If you're new to the show, this is the cat that we discovered living under the shed. That was in terrible shape. Terrible shape, weren't you? You say yes, awful. And this cat was afraid of everything and would eat, like, we'd throw stuff out to the chickens and this cat would eat it just to stay alive. Any rate, Reagan saved it. George's mama saved it. Now it's just fat. You were just fat. Normally it's pepper in here, but today, no name and no pepper. Crazy. This is a newly listed item. George's mama listed it, a vintage wallet, trifold wallet, Eagle Creek. That one, vintage stuff sells like this. I don't know why, but it does. And that sold for $9 plus shipping. I think by the time you see this video, you will have seen the video on Commonwealth Picker where I picked this one up right here. I bought a lot of games. Nothing stood out to me as amazing. There was a couple of okay ones in there. And I paid $15 for like 15 games, and I brought it home, and inside one of the games, there was 3 different, cases, there's 3 different games, and this was one of them. I'm like, well, there's my $15 back, and the rest of the games ended up being for free, because this one sold for $20 just for the disc only. Gotta go back here again. Seems like we keep going back in this hallway here. And I can't wait to go back in another hallway. I finally secured, well, I guess I haven't really told you this yet. I think this is the right purse. This should be sack knit purse. I think that's what this is. Yeah, right there. And I believe Blue Ridge Mama picked this up at a yard sale last year. It was in our death pile, and I think we finally listed it. Unless it came from somewhere else and I just can't remember. But that one's not a bad brand name to find if you can find it really cheap, because it sells okay. Not amazing, but still, if you can buy it for $1 and sell it for 17 plus shipping, you're making a little bit of money. I think I just started a story and didn't quite end it. So I finally found an electrician, because what's holding me back from the next part of that shed is trying to find somebody who can work my system electrically to give that thing power, because we're going to put it farther away. And it's hard to find folks these days, and the prices are crazy. If you're trying to build something, you know that. If you're trying to deal with a plumber and electrician, sometimes the availability is hard depending on where you live, and the price is high. But I think we finally got that lined up, which means that all the other dominoes for our next building should, cross our fingers, start to fall fairly quickly at this point. And I'm hoping that, I don't know, at the latest, the very latest, it'll be completed by this fall. Hey, I got a homeschool hustler right here. Little Marlins ball player, and he's got a ball he wanted to brag to y'all. Are you a bragger?
No.
No.
You said
Did I tell you to brag? Oh, so I'm bragging? You're right. I'm bragging. I'm proud of you. He got the game ball tonight, didn't you? That's right. Did you have a good game? That's right.
Had 9 strikeouts.
9 strikeouts. Good job, buddy. All right. What'd you sell right there?
Tex Dynaco.
Tex Dynaco. So now, if I remember correct, you got to help me out here. Is he the owner? Didn't he own Dynaco?
He does.
And he was trying to get Lightning McQueen to join Dynaco after somebody retired, right? Who was it? The King?
Yeah.
And he retired and they needed a new one. And he said he wanted to get Lightning McQueen. But Lightning McQueen didn't do it, did he? Who's his sponsor?
Rusty's.
Rusty's. That's right. $10 plus shipping on that one. It's pretty good. We're into these. I can't remember. Y'all remember that sale? That was a great sale. And we've made we're in pure profit at this point, but we're into them for like $2, I think, somewhere around there. And Turner's favorite game. Well, I don't know if it's your favorite game, but you love this game, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's called Perfection. Can you tell them how it works?
So you set a timer.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you don't get all the things right in the things,
in the little holes,
then it pops up.
And then it pops up if you're too slow, huh? You like playing that game?
Yeah.
And I'll usually pick these up, even if they don't work. You can sell the pieces off, and if they do work and they're old like this one, you can get decent money. So I'll pick them up for $1 or $2. And that one sold for $20 plus shipping. I remember when these would go, the older ones would go for $30, but they don't go that well anymore. But still good enough for you to do what? Save
$2, spend $2, and donate $2.
See you later, buddy.
Bye.
Now, I love selling the vintage Care Bears, but this one is not a vintage one. If I remember, I think there's 4 different years of Care Bears, to be honest with you. And I don't remember them all right offhand, but I know 2002, this is 2016 right here, I believe, if I have it correct. And you know what? There's not much difference in the prices, no matter what year they came out, which one of those 4 incarnations. And there's probably more than that. Y'all are going to tell me in the comments I'm wrong, but there you go. That one is 2016. So there you go. And that one sold for, well, they had the Care Bear Cousins too, so that doesn't count, right? That's the next year after the originals. And that sold for $14 plus shipping. I usually pick them up for $1. And that left a big spot over there on that shelf. So we have to find a fairly big plush. That Teletubby's not big enough. Hey, that reminds me. It's time for another part-time picker signed hat giveaway. Let's go ahead and do that. Gotta put it down below there. Gotta be the first one there. First one there. Put that below. And you can get a signed Matt part-time picker hat. 2 videos from now, we'll do that drawing. All right, see this, y'all? See that empty space right there? So we're gonna take the Teletubby. We're gonna put the Teletubby over here because we need a bigger one for that space. And that one's gonna go there. Puzzle Place is going to go here. I can't remember the name of it. Y'all remember Puzzle Place? This thing's been in the store a long time. Had a bunch of them, and a bunch of his buddies sold, and he didn't sell. Must be something wrong with me. Somebody send me an offer on this guy if you want Puzzle Place. Because he's been here too long. He needs a new home. Does that look good there? No? Not too bad, right? Put something else here? What do you think? What do you want to put there? How about the snail candle? Put that right there. All right, there you go. What else do you want? I've given you so many things, No Name. How about you? You need to get some exercise. That just reminded me of something. I'm over here putting stuff on shelves so people can see it. Does having a YouTube channel help your eBay sales? That is a great question. And Chris over there, Old School Picker, my buddy, answered it. I haven't listened to that though yet. I'm gonna have to check that out. I can tell you this, that we average between 10 and 25% of our sales are to viewers. That's not to say that stuff wouldn't sell eventually. It would. I don't pick up stuff that just won't sell. It just turns a little bit quicker, if you know what I mean. So the answer is yes, but that doesn't mean you should start a YouTube channel in order to get sales. Because let me tell you, if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would have so much more time to list and to source and to do all those other things. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, of course it doesn't help you. Don't do it, because that sounds disingenuous. But if you're trying to make a living, or if you're trying to make a part-time income doing this, you know, doing things like YouTube, and that stuff takes a massive amount of time. And I guarantee you one thing, if you just list, you will sell stuff on eBay. There's no doubt you'll sell it on multiple platforms, whatever you're selling on. Hear a lot of people lately talking about Etsy as well. How that's ramped up, I don't know. Is there any Etsy sellers out there? I want to know the truth about Etsy, because I'm hearing good things, and then I hear people kind of say, no, I'm never going to sell on Etsy again. So give me the skinny, you Etsy sellers out there. What's going on over there? Talking about Etsy reminded me of a question I got the other day, so I'm going to answer it real quick. But after these, then we're going to head inside for a sale, and we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here. So we'll get Reagan in here as well and give you some Commonwealth comedy in a minute. So here, this lot, this is some pretty good. Look at how great, look at that. It's in great shape. I mean, that is just awesome. Pads are all still intact. Just a really nice one. Blue Oyster Cult, Santana, Leonard Skinner, Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Steve Miller. Oh, I absolutely love there. You know, where'd my oh, I put it in the back. Back there. Another Leonard Skinner. Love Rolling Stones, Styx, and Foreigner again. $35 for these 13 plus shipping. Had a viewer send me a message, an email the other day, a little bit upset with me, talking about Flyp because they signed up for the app and they were going through and they couldn't figure it out. It's not an app, so I had to answer. I said this, I thought I said it. Didn't I say this in the video? Flyp, if you signed up for that free cross posting, the link is in this video, but it was from the video, I don't know, 3 videos ago at this point. I can't even remember. If you wanted to sign up for that and you went to the app, that's the wrong place. That is for a, let's see, what do they do on the app? They do consignment and stuff like that. You want a Chrome extension on a personal computer, on a laptop, something like that, on a PC of some sort. That's what you want. And let me know how it's going over there. I know there's been great feedback so far. I hope that keeps up, but give me your honest opinion in the comments. I can't remember where I got this one from, but I wasn't sure if I should buy it or not, but I'm glad I did. This is a Seattle Seahawks Nike Dry Fit shirt. I felt like I paid up for them. And then when I got them home, I'm like, you know what? That's probably a pretty good deal. And this one sold for $25 alone plus shipping. So I know it made all our money back and we bought a bunch of it. All right, I just had to read this one because I've already filmed the Commonwealth comedy joke at the end of the video. So I thought this would be appropriate for that. Plus, I'm trying to give a thank you at least to one person. These are flying out the door. And we've got so many sales. I try to say thank you to everybody generally, but read one in particular. So this one is, I think it's Brock for this Enema Man here. Love your YouTube channels. Love Enema Man. Unfortunately, at my age, I'm dependent on laxatives to keep things moving. I shouldn't be laughing, but I really get a chuckle with your videos whenever you give one away, especially with kids who have no idea what you've given them. Well, Reagan gets it. She gets it. I don't think Turner gets it just yet. Since I'm doing a bundle deal, could you throw in an Enema sticker? So I think they've already shipped this one off, I hate to tell you, and I don't think they did. Although Reagan has been going through and trying to read the requests. So maybe you got one. Hey, if you didn't, you know, my apologies. You know, well, I don't know. You didn't buy it. I guess I shouldn't apologize. But for the funny joke, I would have thrown one in for sure. Anyway, thank you so much. Keep up the good work on your channels. Brock from Wagoner, Oklahoma. Brock, thank you for the funny laughs there. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope he gets things moved for you. All right, y'all, I got Reagan. I got Sophie with some CommonwealthPicker.com sales. What you got?
Yep. Brock got a yellow t-shirt and an Enema Man. You just want a treat. Heather got a CWP and a CWF sticker.
Oh, I got both stickers. Or 2 of the 3, I should say.
A gray shirt.
Okay.
Tracy got an Enema Man. It's okay.
There are, by the way, there are some sizes that are still out. By the time you hear this video, they should be here. They should be. So you can, if you've been missing the gray shirts in certain sizes, they are probably in stock. No guarantee, but I think it should be here by then. All right, what else you got?
Vinny got an Enema Man and Angel RN with a side hustle. I don't know it.
Angel RN with a side hustle.
Because you didn't put it down.
I didn't put
you
goddamn. All right. Well, I'm sorry. And you're going to do an extra shipping on Friday, probably this week. Because we've been having so many sales. So Reagan's been handling the store every little bit. Y'all, I haven't even looked on Big Cartel for shipping purposes in weeks. So thank you, Reagan, for that. And she's making good money. So thank you, everybody out there, for helping her save, right? Yeah. And spend on a hedgehog. Oh, my goodness. All right, Reagan, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye. And don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Quick thank you to BBS, I think is what it was, over on buymeacoffee.com/Commonwealth. Buy me a piece of the shed. We keep track of that so that when we get that new shed, we're going to thank all those folks somehow in some kind of something over there for all the generosity towards us. Thank you to everybody using all the links, Amazon store links we have to all the products we recommend or buy myself. All the eBay links, just people going through our store. You guys are amazing. Buying little things. People talked about the paper link is dead, and that paper link is dead for the big roll. If anybody has found a new one that's live, that's the lowest price out there, let me know and send me an email, and I will put I try to find the lowest price stuff and put them in the links because I don't want you to buy stuff that's going to cost you money. So, at any rate, thank y'all for all of that. And thank you for the 3 pieces of the shed. You guys are awesome. Don't forget, be the first one there in the comments, and you get a chance to win a Matt Part-Time Picker hat. Now, this one is a little faded. He sent me these because he didn't want to sell them because, you know, when they're sitting there like this, and sometimes the sun beats down on them, there's a little fade line in there. And he's like, but I'm still going to put stickers on them. I'll sign, or stickers, patches on them, and I'll sign them. And you can do whatever, charity or giveaway. And I was like, well, thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. And let me tell you about a good picker. Went picking with him personally. Really, really good picker. Totally different style than me. You know, I talk all the time. He talks only when he has to. And he finds some great stuff. So, at any rate, don't forget to put that down below. And I can't wait to see you next time. All right, Commonwealth Comedy is coming back. And Reagan has a joke for you that relates to those right there. All right, what you got?
Yep. Have you heard the movie about being constipated?
Have you heard the movie about being constipated? I have not.
Never mind, it hasn't come out yet.
That sounds like a joke your mama would love.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. CommonwealthPicker.com.
Yep.